Mr. Yannay, welcome to Belgrade and thank you for joining us today. You are the
morning.
owner of the basketball club Hapoel Tel Aviv.
Yes.
First of all, I want to congratulate you for last night win against Venice from in Euro Cup. But this game was not just about sport. Together with you and your team, you brought more than 100 fans that are members of the families that were directly impacted by war in Israel.
160.
160. And what were your motives to organize this visit?
Well, we were attacked in October 7 in a horrible way. And the Hamas that attacked us, what did they want to do? They didn't want to win Israel because they know they cannot win Israel. Israel is a strong country. But they want to cause us frustration. They want to cause us to become miserable, that they're going to take some life, and they wanted us to want to stop living. So if you understand that, you want to defy that. You don't want to do something against it. And after October 7, actually, I did three things. One, I have a philanthropic fund, the Yannay Foundation. I spend money on the reserve to give them equipment and whatever everybody needs. We spend a few dozen millions on that. Second thing, my company, Ofer Energy, is a renewable energy company. I said, what can I do to modernize the energy in Israel? And we deployed the first microgrid in Israel. Even if there's going to be an attack on a power station, still we're going to have electricity. This was something very interesting we managed to achieve. And the third thing, I said, I own a basketball team. A basketball team always depends on the fans, and the fans give to the basketball team. Can I now give back to those fans? And there was a twist to that, because I don't know if you know, but the Euro Cup, they were really afraid that if there's going to be fans, there's going to be problems. So I spoke to Diego Julian, the CEO of the Euro Cup. I told him, Diego, listen, the fans, they miss the players, they miss the fans. You have to give me something. And he told me, well, I'm giving you games because some people want you to stop playing, but I'm giving you games. I told him, can you come please be my guest? And he was my guest 3 weeks ago in Belgrade. And we were flying those fans, but like in small groups, like 10, 12 for every game. And I introduced him. I told him this guy was in Kibbutz Be'eri, his family was killed, this guy. And he heard the stories and he hugged the people, and he was very emotional. And then I told him, Diego, I want to bring a large number of fans. What can you give me? And he said, you cannot bring fans, but you can bring people from the Gaza envelope. And we discussed the number. And I told him, have you ever heard the expression, Am Israel Chai? He said, yes, of course. It means the people of Israel will live. And I said, Chai is 180. Let me bring 180. We managed to get 160 here. But this was, I think, one of the most moving events I was in. I told you it was like emotional as almost as my daughter bat mitzvah.
How did you, at the first place, decided for the Belgrade to be the place where you will play your home games for Hapoel?
Well, I think this was decided. This was decided for us. I'll tell you the story. Of course, in the first days after October 7, we were approached by the Latvian Union, also I think by the London team. Would you like to come and play? But the one that really took the initiative and moved forward with that was the Serbian. Goran Gregovic, the one that is currently the manager of the Stark Arena. He used to play for Hapoel Tel Aviv in '93. Actually, he is responsible for the last title of Hapoel Tel Aviv before the team went down. He won the cup for Hapoel Tel Aviv in 1993. And he told me that in the 6 months he was in Israel, he fell in love with the people. He had friendship that he kept with him till today. Today, I think, is around 60. By the way, I told him the way he looks, he can still play. Looks very, very fit. But he told me in October 7, he felt that we will not be able to play basketball. And he called Jamchi. Jamchi is another player, Maccabi player. And Goran told me he gave a call to Wojciech in 2 a.m. In the night. He told him, listen, I want to bring the Israelis here. Wojciech said, let's do it. And it means that we are playing here because the Serbian, they gave their hand to us as an amazing act of friendship. And I have to tell you that being here in Serbia, I think I can see the similarities between Serbia and Israel, and I think we are different. I think of course, we are less athletic than the Serbians, but the strong similarity you see is that the Israelis and the Serbians have very two common qualities. First, both nations understand war and brave. That we don't afraid to fight. You don't afraid to fight. The other thing I see is that you, as us, you are full of heart, and you can really feel it. And this is something we really appreciate. I fell in love in Serbian people in the last month.
I'm happy to hear that, Ofer. We are all very much familiar with the conflict in your region. As a man coming from sport, in a way, do you see that the sport can play a role in facilitating dialogue or help building bridges between two parties in conflict in the future?
Well, I think that in one way, yes, and I think that everybody thought that the World Cup that was played in Qatar is a step in the right direction. But I think that on the other hand, sport can create bridges between cultures that wants to live. If there is a culture that it's not interesting to live in, it's interesting in death, about killing people, there's not going to be any bridge with that culture. So I think after we will destroy Hamas, and we need to have a definitive win against Hamas. We cannot have like a partial win. After we will defeat Hamas, if the people of Gaza would choose to live in a way that cherish life instead of cherish death, of course, sports can create bridges. We really hope this day would come. I think the region is moving in this direction. Actually, I think the attack of Hamas was a response to the agreement that is coming between Israel and Saudi Arabia. 1 week before that, an Israeli minister, was in a convention in Saudi Arabia. So when you want only to kill, destroy Israel, when you see that the region is moving towards peace, you want to interrupt that, and this is what they try to do. We have to first win them and win the fight, and second, make sure they will not get what they wanted, which means we have to steer back the region into the ways of peace and prosperity. And sport will have a part in that.
Yes, Ofer, you are also one of the prominent businessmen from Israel, and you work in renewable energy and innovative technologies. Coming here to Belgrade, did you recognize opportunities maybe to work more with the Serbian companies here on the Serbian market? We have a lot of good engineers, very innovative young men and entrepreneurs. What do you think about that?
I can tell you that even before the recent events, I thought that Serbia and the Balkans is the biggest opportunity in Europe for renewable energy. Italy, Germany, they're deep into renewable energy. It means that the returns they are not going to be that good. But I think that in Serbia and in the Balkan area, you can do amazing things because renewable energy movement is only started. I think that after the last few weeks and after this expression of the friendship from the Serbian people to us, I think I'm going to invest billions in Serbia. So this is something that for me, I see the opportunities. I see that the people here, people that I appreciate, I trust, and I think I can work with. And I think currently Nofaro, my company, operates in 13 different markets. We will operate in Serbia, and I hope we can go from Serbia to the other countries around and to create this movement, the transformation to renewable energy, and to do those big investments here as well.
Ofer, that's a nice thing to hear. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
See you next time when you're in Belgrade.
I'm coming soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.